Hiya, good fishing folk. Welcome back to Fishing with Seth and Maine Sport Outfitters. We are down here in Rockport Harbor again this evening, but this time with a special guest, author Peter Kaminsky, who we may know as outdoor columnist for the New York Times and author of several other fly fishing titles. One with just a title that gets my hair standing up on the back of my neck, The Moon Pulled Up an Acre of Bass, but he's also recently revised Fly Fishing for Dummies, and so we're happy to have Peter aboard, and he's been a good sport as we've been casting in towards the ledges with lead-eyed flies and sinking lines, which is always just kind of good practice in our casting basics and slowing down our whole motion when we can to absorb the shock of a lead-eyed fly turning around really fast in the air behind our heads. And we've intercepted one mackerel as we've been moving out the harbor, and we're going to go check out some dramatic water out on the point. But wanted to say hello to Peter, and Peter was out with me last year from the canoe, so we're out in a bigger boat to see if we can't set things right with the striped bass. Peter's visiting us from down the striper coast. And Peter, how's your striper season been in a snapshot?
Well, I fished it early, when the whole quarantine happened. Shutdown. I had a buddy who was a grip. He worked on commercials. Worked with a director of photography, and so he didn't have much work. So we went out in Jamaica Bay a lot, fished out by the airport, by JFK, and did pretty well. We did pretty well. A couple times we ran into real blitzes of stripers.
Wow.
But mostly it was fishing like we're doing now, heavy line in deep water.
Exciting. Yeah, I can't say as we see a lot of blitzing activity up here. This is one place where stripers are, they're not hurting for geography. There's a lot of room to spread out, and there seems to be bait spread out too. But there's always a good concentration in places like Rockport Harbor or Camden Harbor or around the mid-coast and the bigger rivers too, where fish are migrating by, fish are already up the river chasing bait, fish are out on deeper ledges getting ready to intercept menhaden as they go south, and so are we. So stay tuned for the action, everybody. Good luck to Peter and me. Excellent. Nice catch. Nice cast. Thank you as always, everybody, for watching us out here on the water, and thank you for joining us again, Peter. You've put in the work. We've been casting along the ledges and stripping our little arms off and trying to get those fish to bite. Everybody out there in Maine Sport viewing world, stay tuned for Peter's books coming out this fall. Peter, tell us about the title you've revised.
Oh, well, we're doing a new edition of Fly Fishing for Dummies. What's really was interesting to me is the fish have not changed in 25 years. Evolution takes a little bit longer than that. But flies, rods, the clothing, all these things have changed a lot. Lines have changed enormously. I mean, there's for every depth, from every kind of current. So there are more tools to choose from. We just need, I think folks just need a little bit of familiarity with what the landscape is out there, or the seascape.
Yeah, excellent. Well, thank you, Peter, and stay tuned, everybody. We will continue to give this night bite a go. Very nice. Thank you everybody as always for being with us to share in these fishing ideas. Thank you Peter for being up on the casting level doing the fishing work as we work out towards the tip of the point here in Rockport Harbor. We're gonna go try and around the lights in the harbor. Stay tuned as always everybody. Watch the previous videos if you haven't checked them out already. Bye for now. Right to you. Good man. Peter's into a striker. Good job. Yeah, if you want to lead it over towards Joel, then I'll just grab the leader. Nicely done. Oh, make sure it's not a blue fish before my fingers go in there. Lovely. Lovely. Nice one, Peter.
Thank you. Both of you.
Right. Shall we, Joel?